Good morning and welcome back to our Free from Judgment series. So we're on day 2 and I hope you enjoyed day 1. So today I'm just going to chat a little bit more about judgment and then give you the second step in our 3-step series to move forward and try to find more joy and less judgment in your life. So scratchy voice this morning. So yesterday we talked, good morning Tristan, yesterday we talked about just noticing and recognizing when we're judging others. And I wanted to give a little clarification around judgment and really what I mean by that. So it's any time that you're taking your thoughts and your perceptions and putting that onto yourself or putting that onto other people. So this could be through the form of expectations or complaining or blaming. Like, have you noticed oftentimes after we get done judging somebody, then we'll complain about them? And 2, oftentimes we're complaining, not even talking to that person, but talking about them to somebody else. So that's a form of judgment too. So I notice oftentimes I might do that in a work setting. I've done that in the past where I might be complaining or blaming. And when I really sat and thought about it is because I was taking my own perceptions or my own expectations of what should or shouldn't have happened and placing it on those people in that situation. So really thinking about that too when you're thinking about how you're judging people and when you're noticing and recognizing when you're doing that. Good morning, Wendy. So I hope you took a little bit of time and kind of wrote down in your journal what you noticed throughout the day. I know yesterday I had an opportunity to volunteer at an elementary school in Salem at Highland Elementary, and we read to some students, and it was so nice, and it was eye-opening how even with children, sometimes we might pass judgments on them as well. And so I invite you to really think about that, and especially in the holidays when we'll be around a lot of kids or family members, is just staying very open to children and allowing them to have their own experience and maybe having a little bit more patience with them and not putting so many judgments on them and really watching and seeing what their experience is like. Because it's a little bit different when it's our own kids. You know, we're in that situation of, yes, we are the teacher and we are the role model for them and we are really supposed to be showing them how to live, but it's nice to let them experience that on their own as well. So really think about that, and it was really fun to just have no judgment with those children and with the people I was volunteering with, and I just had such a joyful experience, and the kids were giving me hugs when we were done reading, and it was just really amazing. Morning, Crystal. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about judgment. So like I said, it could be any time that you're complaining or or blaming too. And so judgment is just really such like a low vibe, like low energy feeling, and it just takes up so much of your mental space. And so if you can just get rid of that, you'll have so much space left to do better things, to be of your highest self. So really thinking of that as well. And then I know you've probably heard this before, but the ones we're closest to are oftentimes the ones that we're the hardest on. And we are going to be around all of our friends and family a little bit more this holiday season. And so I think step 2 will really help you in staying open when you're getting together for the holidays, when you're being around more people and really not having judgments and just finding joy and really being there in the experience. So if yesterday was challenging for you, and sometimes it can be challenging, just know that as long as you're staying open to the possibility of being judgment-free, you'll be able to see what happens. And use your journaling again today for what you notice and what you're recognizing and what you're going through. Journaling is one of the best ways to get things out and to really think through things and process through your feelings instead of just kind of like shoving them down. That's something that I practice every day in my morning routine. So, all right, let's see. What else did I want to share with you today? Oh, and just, I'll give you the steps. So that today's step is starting your day with an intention, or a lot of you have already started your day because it's 8 a.m., But practice repeating this throughout your day, and it's just an affirmation that you can say to yourself if you find yourself in that judgment mode, or you find yourself complaining or blaming. And it's a really good thing that if you do any meditations or start your day with a particular intention, that you could set this intention for today and the next day, or if you're going to be in a situation where you know in the past maybe you might have used judgment a lot. So it's pretty simple. So I choose to judge nothing that occurs. So again, it's just an easy affirmation that you can repeat to yourself just as a good reminder that you want to get rid of those low energy vibes and you want to be of your best self. So I choose to judge nothing that occurs. Again, start your day with that, with your intention. Being free from judgment, being able to be compassionate and have love for others really allows their actions to be their actions and know that it doesn't have to affect you. And so that's really where we can find the joy, is when their actions are their actions, our actions are our actions, and you can just be open and find the joy. So use the affirmation today, I choose to judge nothing that occurs. Keep noticing and recognizing and doing your journaling, and check back tomorrow for the last step in day 3. And I've hoped you enjoyed the judgment free so far. So enjoy your day today. Oh, any questions? I should ask that. If you guys have questions, you can kind of type them below. Yesterday there was no questions, so I just kind of hopped off, but so if you do have questions, I'll make sure to ask for that tomorrow, since tomorrow will be the final day of this judgment series. So get those, and you can ask them during the time because I can kind of scroll through them and check them. So, okay, I choose to judge nothing that occurs. That's your affirmation for the day. Yes, get coffee today. So the best coffee to get that is very clean eating. So coffee a lot of times has a lot of extra sugar and fat in it if you get like the fancy macchiatos and that sort of thing. So get yourself an Americano with some cinnamon sprinkles, like cinnamon powder. That stuff's good. And a splash of cream. There you go. All right, enjoy the day. I choose to judge nothing that occurs.